So we have a pest problem. We've got, well, not a pest problem. I think we took care of that, but we got birds now that are pecking into our tomatoes. And quite honestly, we're going to set this up for next year as well. So we've got a cover that we're going to put on top of the garden, over the garden. So it should protect them against anything getting in there, especially that moth next year when we go to grow squash. So let's put this thing together. Here it is. This was from Amazon, and I will put a link in the description of where it comes from, but I think it was $99. Not bad. Good investment, all in all. Putting this thing together, even with recording and having to reset the camera and stuff like that, it took me about an hour. It won't take that long for you, trust me. Once you look at it and you realize how simple it is to put together, it's a good one. Just so you can see, there's all of my cucumber vines that were coming out the back. I had this archway made out of chicken wire that they were going over, so I had to unweave. I didn't want to kill or break all of my my cucumber vines because I got cucumbers growing on there, as you can see. I'm gonna have to figure this out as I put this protective cover over. Had to do this, and it may involve me going ahead and pulling all the carrots now because they just need to be pulled anyway. And running all my cucumbers west. That's west. Sun's setting over there, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, so this did teach me a vital lesson, and that is I crammed way too much vegetation into my 3x8 flower bed. So next year it'll be 2 of them. All right, so I might just put this on time lapse. Well, I'm gonna keep shooting on cinematic mode because that's the best picture quality. And then I'm gonna speed it up and just narrate this for you because it's gonna take a couple minutes, so just keep an eye out. So like I said, I'm just gonna voice over here for you while I speed this up. You can only speed it up so far, but I'm just going around and putting all the upright beams, I'll call them that, straight up and down here. And then pulling the pants up, you know, it can't be showing the plumber's crack on YouTube. But they're very simple instructions to follow. So you just put the right connectors in the right place. These connectors are the ones that are shaped like a cross or a plus or an X, depending on what angle you're looking at. But they're just gonna go around and go on all of these middle beams because now they're gonna connect the archway to that. Pretty simple. And you'll see the ones that go on the corners have a 90-degree angle on them. Pretty easy to figure out. So now we're just going to put the center support beams around the perimeter. And again, they slide in real easy. This thing's real flexible, but you can feel it start to get a lot more substantial and shored up as you put more of the center beams around it. And you'll see they just slide in. The connectors are like PVC almost. And then all of the tubes you'll see are actual metal. So it becomes way more stable as you get to that last piece connecting around the end. So you will notice there are no beams going across the ends. The archway is what's going to connect those together. And you can see here, I don't know what I'm pointing out here, I can't really remember, but the archway connects both sides. There are no cross members running left to right, so to speak. They're just north and south. So your archway is going to be 2 pieces, and one side of it's going to look a lot straighter and the other side is going to look curved. So the straight part goes down into the connector that I'm putting on right there, and then the archway obviously meets at the top with a connector up there. The connectors are self-explanatory. Again, the 2 that connect your ends are shaped like a T, which you want to make sure the bottom part of the T is pointing towards the other end of the flower bed there, or the garden bed. And here I'm going to show you up close what we're looking at here. So just push it down in there, you'll feel it. There's your T. And of course we can't see it at the top because of the camera angle I've got. My apology. But really self-explanatory once you put it in there, and really solid, honestly, once you connect those. Now you will notice the ones that go in the middle too at the top are X-shaped or plus-shaped. That's because you got supports going this way as well. And then I've just got the supports running down the middle. I'm going to move this back a little bit so you can see it. I'm going to just put those last two in. Last 3, I'm sorry. up. Okay, there's our frame. There's our frame, and then there's our cover. Anyway, the only thing that we are missing is, I would feel better if it had something to stabilize it going across the center. We're in Texas. It's going to get a little windy, but you can also, I've seen this before, and I'm going to try this next year as well, to help the tomatoes and train the cucumbers, but I'm going to tie a string across it because it'll solidify this a little bit so it doesn't shake back and forth. But I'm also going to use the string to train those things to climb straight up instead of all over the place, which they've done this year. Here's the view from the top side, and again you can see how it comes together at the bottom. I'm amazed at how solid it is. I guess we're going to find out when it gets windy, but it also comes with stakes, so I'm getting ready to stake down this frame before I put the cover on. Let me just go look at the instructions real quick to make sure that's what it tells you to do. Let me get us back here a little bit. Be right back. Part of the reason for this is I'm trying to keep rodents out, not only flying, but the ones who dwell on the ground too. So I may stake down the netting as a part of staking down the frame, because all it has is tie downs, and I don't feel like those will hold it tight enough to the ground. We'll find out here in a minute. All right, I'm probably gonna have to speed this up, but let's see here. So the easiest way to make sure you've got this thing on straight is, quite honestly, just to put it up there, pull it over, and then follow the seams. You'll see the seams for the archway, and then you'll see the seam that runs on the top in the middle. It just mirrors the way the frame looks. So just pull it to the frame and slide it over. Don't worry, you can stretch this thing. It's flexible. I don't think you're gonna tear it. I mean, don't get careless with it, but just follow the stitching over the archway and over that middle of the trellis, and it'll go straight on. So from here on, I'm just going around, straightening it up, pulling it tight. And I will tell you that in the end, I decided to stake down the net with the braces on the bottom, with the rods on the bottom. I just put the stake through the netting, and I think that was the best way to do it. Shout out to my brother Chris for helping me noodle through that one. B-roll for you, for those of you in the movie industry. I'm not in the movie industry, but you know what I'm saying. Everything that I have going in is going to come out right at this corner of the zipper, probably underneath the rail. So I have to be careful when I'm staking it down. But I've got a light that I hang in there, and I've got my soaker hose. So those are going to have to come out right there, because I don't want to have to go zip and unzip every time. I know, first world problems, but you get what I'm putting down here. You smell what I'm stepping in? You picking up what I'm putting down? So if you're thinking about buying something like this, I highly recommend this one. Again, I'll put a link down in the description. I'll put a picture of it here in a second as well. But if this helped you at all, hopefully give us a thumbs up. That helps always, and catch you on the next one.